Alright. Welcome back to Tales of Wedding Rings, anime review, episode number 4. We're reviewing the 4th episode of the series, episode 4. How original. This episode adapts from the rest of chapter 8 and goes through pretty much the entirety of chapters 9 and 10. There's actually a scene cut from the chapters, and they do make two changes toward the very end of chapter 10. I'll get to the thing that they cut later. So, here's kind of what happens. So, it starts off with basically Sato and his group basically just deciding, oh, we need to leave. And then all of a sudden, basically, like, they're leaving. And, of course, Nefarious' brother is like, well, finally they're leaving. And then he gets informed that, oh crap, that basically that the Abyss Knights are here. The Abyss Monsters are here, and they're basically breaking through the barrier. How the Abyss Knight basically has a ring that opens the door, opens a hole, and allows monsters to come in. Sato sees the monsters and basically goes straight to where the ring chamber, the area of the village where the ring is. And of course, basically, that Nefari's brother, the prince, basically realizes the fact that they're after the ring. He's not stupid when it comes to that. So he battles this person. And it sounds like clearly this person is a woman. We'll find out who it is. We actually do find out who this one is later on, don't worry. And then Sato and his group show up and they battle her. Right after, of course, Sato and Hime decide to make out. And so the elder shows up later after seeing that Sato is on the power, but he's doing his best. So Hime goes straight to Nefarious' room, where it tells Nefarious, first Nefarious is heard by the Elder, and then by Hime, that requests by Hime, please marry Sato. He's doing this not just to protect her, but protect her home, because this is her home. So she agrees, she comes out of the room, and of course they do a slight little joke here, where she's like leaning at the door crying, or she opens the door and nearly falls right through the doorway. And she comes out, and then, of course, apparently off screen, they bring about basically a mallet. Well, basically a giant hammer that looks like one of the hammers from Marvel Comics. Well, it reminds me. Actually, wait. I think this hammer reminds me of a couple different things. It reminds me of the hammers that were used in the event Fear Itself. And it also reminds me of the hammers that we're seeing in the show Gargoyles, where it was made by this group of bigots who apparently don't like gargoyles, and they basically use these mallets to smash gargoyle statues. And they smash the statue, which is basically her parents. And of course, she takes the rings, makes out with Sato, gets her power, and he's able to basically kind of defeat this particular knight by smashing the mask. And then he falls unconscious. And he wakes up, and he's basically to his left, it's Hime. When he wakes up, to his right, it's Hime. To the left, it's Nefarious. And it's explained that apparently he ran out of power. That's the reason why he passed out. He hasn't been properly trained by this yet. So we find out who's on the mask, and it's Nefarious' aunt, the one who left the village because of the fact that they chastised her for dating a non-elf. Yeah, and it's explained how the heck basically she got her hands on the black ring. She was manipulated by the Abyss King. Despite the fact they haven't seen him, he's clearly back because we see his minions. So, Nefarious, basically, she requests that he take care of the rings, and of course, Nefarious herself, which he agrees to. And then he speaks to the sage about what happened to the traveler. That's, oh, he went off to a faraway place. He's living very peaceful now. He gives her basically like a watch, like will look like a pocket watch. He walks off, and then we see a later scene, which is actually one of the two. Now, there's also a scene of the night before that they leave, where you have Hime. A few different things here. We have a scene also like right after Nefarious basically mentions, oh, there's a spring. So we have Nefarious, Sato, and Hime in this hot spring, and they're all three butt naked. And Hime brags, oh, we've actually made out, we've actually done love stuff. And then the Elder comes in. Now, this is a minor change from the manga. In the manga, they actually censored part of this, where they censor her nipples and basically her groin area. In the anime, they actually do show nipples. Yep, the one I'm seeing, they do not censor the nipples. Oh no. So, and of course, basically, the scene progresses pretty much like that comes in the book, except there's also a moment they do cut out here where they'll get pretty pressure, and he stands up. Of course, he's butt naked. Hime has probably seen him butt naked before. Nefarious basically has never seen butt naked, and as for the Elder, which they actually reveal in this episode, she's actually one of the original Ring Princesses. Yes. And when she sees Sato, and you see him in his full glory, she says, Denver's like, ooh, ooh. Yeah, she's very interesting. And they cut the bit up, basically, her coming right behind it, and basically, it looks like she's about to touch his groin. Yeah, they cut that out in the anime, and then they cut a later scene out where we have Hime and Nefarious in very sexy 90s. Yeah, they cut this out in the anime for some strange reason. I don't know why. And the very next day, that's when we have the scene where we have the Nefarious and the Sage. And then we have one of the two changes that happens here. And the scene would happen also not long after that. We see these two elves talking, and that's a great Sage Alabasta. And they're like, that was him, the Traveler. That was him. And their scene ends there. Now, in the book, basically, in the manga, they're walking by her when they say this. In the anime, they're like right next to her. They're more like on the ground, walking by, and she overhears this. Now, in case you're curious, though, is this possible to hear a conversation like this from that far, from where she was? Yes. Yes, this is complete legit. This can happen. If it was higher up, basically, when I hear her, she's basically maybe like a second story, maybe, and you can easily hear somebody have a conversation and quite loud, and she probably can hear it no problem because where they are. Another scene that was a change was Nefarious going to where her parents were. In the manga, it just wobbles over the statue, just a little bit. In the anime, they changed to a gravestone. But the scene progresses exactly how it's supposed to be. But I do appreciate adding the gravestone there. And of course, they write on there their names in the elfin language, which is quite nice them doing that. And then the episode ends. Good episode. We wrap up this portion of the arc. I mean, can you believe in 4 episodes they've already covered 10 chapters? In some animes, basically, they were covered this by episode 3 of the series. That depends on some series are a little bit longer. I mean, if you think about it, you better think, okay, how many chapters have been adapted as of right now? Now, they've already released few episodes since this one, at least 2, but as of this episode, they have only 69 chapters left to be adapted. Yes, seriously, 69. So there's a strong possibility that the anime will stop at the end of the season and maybe take a few years off before they finally come back to it. It's possible, who knows. But, good episode. And with that, I'm pretty much caught up with the anime for today. Yes, I am caught up, which is amazing. So I'm going to sit here and say, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and do not hit that dislike button. Okay? Next video is a Comic Corner. Okay, next video. Bye.